Okay. Hi, you guys. How are you doing? We have Ashley and Petri. So we are going to be live right now. And this is going to be really a cool session. It's been a really cool day. A huge manifestation that I'm going to cover with you. And we are going to actually channel Naomi Judd today. I didn't post that I was going to channel her because I just, out of respect, I think, and I wasn't actually quite sure if I was going to channel her. But yeah, something happened today, and yeah, I'm channeling Naomi Judd. So you guys, the show will start soon. She's very excited. In fact, I have this light back here, and I had it on a blue light, and I heard her say in my head, you know, that light would look really prettier in pink. And so she was like controlling my little stage back here. So I thought that was hilarious. So, like we're going to do, hi, Michael. Um, we're going to start with, and these are actually going to be very interesting cards today. And I think they're for her, Naomi. So the first card is, of course, the animal card, and it's friend. And it says, today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy, and I am a protector of my friends. And it's the dog card. And I know she had dogs, and I know she loved her dogs. So that is our animal card. And then I have a couple kind of female cards, so sorry, Michael. But this is a bold card for the female warriors. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. So that is our this week's card. And we have one more. It's Bridget. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right, for female warriors out there. And then this card is very interesting. Sometimes you just can't make this stuff up. And it says, hello from heaven. And your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. So I thought that was pretty cool too. So um, always start with my cards. And I know um, when I'm starting to walk again now that the weather's getting a little bit better. And so I kind of talked with Naomi Judd and seen, if she wanted to speak, and it's kind of her deal. And I felt her a lot lately, and so she comes, like, she just talks to me in my head. So I'm just going to tell you what she told me in my head. So she goes, so how do you feel about channeling? Aren't you kind of like scared about channeling? And I go, no, I've done it for so long. And I always choose people that have good hearts, that even though they may have a life of circumstance that may not look the greatest, if I can strip that away and see their soul, looks like I have a lag in here. If I can see their soul, and their soul is good and their heart is good, then I'll channel them, because everybody has something to say. But if they're dark inside, I don't even go there. And she goes, because she was very much a Christian woman, and I don't know how she felt about psychics and channelers. I think she was curious about them, but because of religion, it kind of stops people in their tracks. And she said that she was always taught that we were spooky people, that we were of the devil, we brought in things that were not good. And she said now that she's crossed over to the other side, she sees us in a different light. She sees that possibly things have been misinterpreted or miswritten in the Bible, that to keep people away from the light, people that carry the light, that can channel the light. Um, it would, of course, things are said to keep people away from people like me, that channel the light. And she said that it is really too bad that we get such a bum rap, because we are the people that can help people. And that's what our service is here for, and that's what we are here for. Um, she also said, oh, what else did she say? She's she said that, um, and I said, how did you choose me out of all the people? How did you find me? How do you people find me? And she goes, she goes, I knew I wanted to do this. And she goes, so I just went and looked for the brightest light that I could. And she says, you were it. So I take that as a high compliment. Um, so on my walk, she is a very giving soul. She's a very, she's magnificent. She was so beautiful on the outside that I learned through my walk that she is actually even more beautiful on the inside. She is I call her a diamond. Her soul is a diamond, and her soul and her um, how do I say that? Her soul and her spirit were buried in a circumstance, and it was hard for that diamond to get out and shine because it was so buried within circumstance of her childhood, of her life. Um, and so, what I saw of her is that she is a diamond. And I'm going to turn this on, see if I can do this. There's an app that I found, and it's called Hope Spirit Box, and you put it on your phone. And so I decided yesterday to see if Naomi would come through on this app. And some of it I can't understand. So I'm going to play just the first part of this because it's super cool. I hope you can hear it. App. And we're going to see if we can talk to Naomi Judd. Is Naomi Judd here? I'm here. That the rest of it I couldn't really understand. But this app has see if I can go back to the front. So, and actually I talked to Alon, Michael, you probably think this is cool. He answered my questions on this thing. And so so you pick who you want to talk to, if you want male or female. You do a drop down box here. And then when you ask him a question, and then I go, let's see, I put this one, it's on reverb. It's a thing called reverb. So I changed my reverb to church because I like it, because the reverb they have on is just like too much. And if I do church, it's more like she said, I'm here. And so spirits, this is gibberish talk. Spirits can use the gibberish through their energy to pull out words to talk to you. And some of it you'll understand, and some of it is really hard. So here we go with my stupid phone again. Okay, so then you ask a question, and then you go like, let's see. Oh, I don't have it turned on. So you go like this, and then they'll answer you. It's really pretty cool. So I thought that was like super cool. That was so clear. That was so clear. It was so cool. Okay. And so Naomi, I think we're going to keep this a little bit light today. For what she did during my walk, she gave me a gift. And this gift, there's some things in your life that are like open-ended that you are wonder about. And I always wondered about this one subject, and I'm not going to go too much into it. And she gave me a gift of knowledge on that circumstance. And it was like amazing. I'm like walking with my mouth open through the neighborhood as she's giving me this information. And I go, why? This is so nice of you to answer this question that I've wondered almost all my life. And it makes so much sense. And it's like pieces of puzzle come together in your life. So things just keep fitting and fitting and fitting and fitting until one day that it becomes complete. And she said, would call me darling. She goes, well, darling, you are giving me a gift of letting me speak today. So I wanted to give you a gift. And so that's why I call her a diamond, because um, I think she was a very giving and loving woman. She just had a lot of circumstance that was shrouded around her that she couldn't cut loose. And um, I think her daughters, I think that they may have some issues, but I think they're not going to have the type of issues that their mom had. I think it'll be watered down and they'll be able to deal with the depression or circumstance that they are having trouble figuring out. So, figure that. So then Naomi started giving me quotes that she just was making up. So I was right. I wrote two of them down. So one of the quotes she said, "Sometimes the greatest gifts are miracles." And then she wanted me to sign Naomi Judd next to it. And then the next one she just gave me is, "I left my two daughters better than I found them." So maybe they would understand that if they ever hear this. And so I wanted to share something too, because Winona, and I just didn't know too much about the Judds. I think Winona I knew more about because I really enjoy her voice. But I'm not a real country music fan. And I think these women are just absolutely gorgeous. And Winona wrote today, actually, that she understands she can't do this grieving thing all by herself, noting it's okay to reach out for help. "I will continue to fight for my faith and for myself," and she put self as in caps, "for my family, and I will continue to show up and sing," she added. Winona then thanked her followers for all their love and support and concluded her message by writing, "Let's check in more often." She also says, "I do know that I feel so helpless right now, especially," Winona shared. "I do know that, as corny as it sounds, love can build a bridge. I find myself humming the song that Mom wrote for the fans, to myself here at the farm at night." She continued her statement when Winona said, "In order to be a healthier grandparent," I didn't even know she was old enough to be a grandparent, "to my firstborn grandchild, Kalea, she would have to continue to show up for herself." Winona would have to show up for herself and do personal healing work. She also plans to break the cycle of addiction and family dysfunction. "I know that it is a simple steps program, and those steps are not easy to take at times," she explains. And then she said that she's going to do her last tour. And Naomi's laughing because she goes, "It's not her last tour." She thinks it's her last tour, but she will continue on touring because it's in them. It's in them to it's kind of a, a service to people. They're singing, and I think Naomi felt that way, that it made people feel good, and it was a service. And I think Winona will feel that way too, that it gives people joy. And Winona has something that not a lot of people have, the talent that she has. So it would kind of be a disservice for her not to share her talent and bring peace. And I think with her upcoming, um, I think in a year or two, she's going to have a deeper soul music. She's going to go deep within herself, and she's going to pull out some music I think she's never thought she could do. So I think she's going to metamorphose, and she's going to blossom. And I think Ashley will do some big soul searching too. And I think without their mom here, um, they may be able to find themselves. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I think they will. Okay, so we are going to channel Naomi. And as I say, she's a diamond. Let me tell you, this woman is actually so spectacular. and my ears ringing. Um, and people just didn't really know how spectacular she was, and she didn't know how spectacular she was. So if everybody wants to go here with me, we're going to go to a garden. And so everybody, just if you want to, close your eyes. And we're going to talk to Naomi, and we're going to go to this garden. And so she is sitting like on a bench and in white with her bright red hair. And so we're going to, if you want to, just picture yourself sitting around her as she speaks to you. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about whatever she wants to talk about. All right. So, as I say, picture yourself like in a garden. Something, I don't know if you've been to California, but the Butchart gardens, where there's lawn and then there's a rim of all these flowers and trees, and the sun's coming down with a slight breeze, and she's sitting on a white marble bench. So, if we can gather at her feet, and she's going to talk to us. First of all, she says, I want to thank this vessel, Robin, for allowing me to use her voice. It took a while. She had to tell me how to do this. And I'm going to share with you now how I am merging with her so you can understand that this is nothing evil or crass or witchery. She goes, I was always scared of it, and I think people have misunderstood who these people are and the talents that they have. And I believe that Christianity needs to get over it, and they need to seek out these people, because these people are the ones that should be carrying the load of humanity. So Robin said, come to me and hold my hands. So I stood facing Robin, and we held hands. And then Robin said, put your forehead on my forehead. So we leaned into each other and we touched foreheads. And then Robin said, start talking. And as I talk, my words come out of her mouth, which is magnificent and glorious. It is amazing that I can speak again. It's been a long time since I've been at a sound place like this. It's been a long time since I was able to feel peace and feel the sun on my face. My mind was crippled. My mind was failing. My mind was dysfunctioning. There was parts of my mind that were shutting down. And so really what happened, my ending, was no fault of my own. It was just my mind was miscommunicating with all the electrodes and little things that go on in the mind. It was malfunctioning. So please don't judge me harshly, because it really was just a product of circumstance. It's, and they call it mental illness, but it's stronger than mental illness. It's a problem with your mind. It's a problem with your brain. You can be raised good, you can be raised horrible, but sometimes the mind just starts shutting down and it malfunctions, and it tells you things that aren't true. And I listened to those things that my mind was telling me that weren't true. But now here I sit before all of you in peace and happiness. I feel so good. It is a glorious day. And I will continue to use my vocals here. There's always a song somewhere to be sung. There's music everywhere here. You can just walk and join in. The flowers sing here, which is quite amazing. This place is the most beautiful I've ever been to. I thought my home was the most beautiful, but this is more. I really appreciate Robin telling you that I am a diamond. I didn't feel that way in life. I felt like I was in a masquerade ball for most of my life. I was pretending for most of my life. I had inklings of happiness, inklings of joy, inklings of great success, inklings of great money, and yet, I couldn't fix my mind. Now, suicide is a very complex situation. There are those that think of suicide under circumstance, that they're catapulted into a circumstance that they are ill equipped to handle. And a lot of those people, if they can make it through that, survive without any scars and unscathed. But then there's those of us that have the actual mental brain capacity illness that we can't survive it. If we're lucky, we can outlast it. I couldn't outlast it because my mind was telling me things that weren't true. And I believed it. No one could tell me any different. They could calm me down or give me drugs, but I was so tired of taking drugs for this illness. And now I have learned that there's ways that you can combat it without the type of drugs I was taking. What I was taking was making me fall deeper into the abyss of darkness of my mind. My daughters are so beautiful. They were beautiful from the first moment they were born. I struggled so hard. I I didn't really know how to be a good mother. I just knew that we had to survive. I think I was in survival mode for most of my life until our first few paychecks came in from singing. Then I knew our lives would be different. I still wanted to be the same humble person that I was before. I felt that our singing was a calling and a service because it did make others happy. We found joy, Winona and I, in singing and seeing the smiles and the joy and the fun on people's faces. There's nothing like standing in front of millions of people and all of them are watching you as you sing. It is a feeling beyond all feelings. But then after you leave the stage, then who do you have? You have you. You walk off alone that stage. You go into your coach motorhome alone or with your people that are hired to help you. You take off your false eyelashes, you wash your face, you get comfortable. And there you are. You had a million people who loved you, and then you go and be by yourself. Sometimes that's hard to take. Sometimes that's really hard to take. And then you become depressed. And I think because of our money, we were able to get the best help. All my daughters have this factor. I don't know if it was learned behavior that I gave them, but they have, now that I'm on this side, I can see that they have the capacity of strength that I didn't. Let them know that this is not an omen of our lineage. They don't carry it. I thought all of us carried it, but they don't. It's watered down quite a bit through their gene pool. And I want them to find relief in that because I can see that on this side. I can see them as light beings. I see them as light, energy, source. I will never leave them, and I will always be their best friend. I will always be their best friend, and the grandchildren, and the great-grandchildren. I know that suicide makes families suffer. It's so complex and it's almost impossible to talk about because each individual's trials and tribulations are their own. The reason they do these things is their own. And those that do succeed in actually crossing over from it, I want you to know that there's a place that we go. If you have mental illness, if there's mental illness that's attached to your suicide, there's a place that we go when we cross over. In Christianity, they would always say that we would go to hell. That's not true. You will be retaught over here on what is true and what is not. Most of the things on earth are not true. They are fear, and they are to hold you down and suppress you. And it's to block you. It's basically to block you. But all of you that are here today have open minds, open thoughts, and you're able to expand your own humanity and expand your own charity, is what I want to say. So when I crossed over, and many of you know how I did it, I was not playing around. It was going to happen. And it was because of my brain was hurting and it was malfunctioning. And it made me do it. And it's not something that could have ever been fixed. So it is going to happen, unfortunately. But I did see the light. I was taken by two angels. They were women. I didn't know them. And they beckoned me to come and step away from my body. So I did. I went with them. And they took me quickly to another place. And this place was white. And it was kind of like a city. And it was to retrain me. So here I am in this city. And these women showed me around. And they showed me where I need to go to be retrained. And since I was deemed a suicide, but I was deemed a unnatural suicide, they said. There are suicides where people are dark and they contemplate it and they achieve it. Mine was mental illness. So here I am. And I'm learning and growing. And I want you to know that I've been here a long time. Even though I've been gone for a short time on earth, I've been here a long time. And I have grown exceedingly. And let my daughters know that I'm getting my wings soon. So I have accomplished what I need to accomplish. I left first this earth, and I am a mother, and I make way for my daughters. For when the day comes, I will be there to gather them up and bring them to this heavenly place and show them the most amazing love that is ever present. Let them know that I am with them, I have wings, and I can protect them now. Let them know that this is not genetic. This will not happen to them. Break that mindset. Live in the light. Feel the sun on your face. You are okay. You are going to be okay. It stopped with me. All of you people that are here watching this, looking at me, just know that sometimes there's situations that are out of our control. They're in God's hands. It was out of my control, any of this. It was in God's hands. And He took me home. He took me home to hold me and to help me and to fix me. And He let me see the diamond that Robin says is my soul. I didn't see it. I kind of felt that I had a great soul and I loved people and I could talk to anybody and make them my friend. I just wish I would have done that more. I wish I would have done that more. But I think it was just fame that kept me away from doing um, a lot of friendly things I wanted to do. I wanted to meet the world. I wanted to meet every person in the world. I want to know about them, and I wanted to grow with them and laugh with them and break bread with them. If you understand my meaning on that. So if you have someone in your life that has committed suicide, please do not judge them harshly. It's such a complicated process. It's it's something that someone that doesn't think like that can even understand. It does leave hurt and wounds to the family, which is something that the person that crosses over has to deal with. They actually have to see and watch their family suffer. That is a process that we go through if we do commit suicide. If anyone's out there that is thinking of suicide, there's help. It may be that you're just in circumstance, that you feel they're hopeless. It may be mental. There's help. Because what I would give to be with my family again and to have this clear, clean mind I have right now, I would give everything, everything to stay on the earth. So please trust when I say get help. And please trust when I say if you've had a family member that it's complicated, and don't judge them so harshly. And don't try to figure out why they committed suicide. You won't be able to figure it out unless they actually tell you. I love you all. I have a feeling this may be the last time that I speak. It's time for me to use my wings and to serve. I'm going to serve with music, and I'm going to work on Winona, and she is going to work on some new songs, and I'm going to help her with that music. And you're going to see her in a few years come back, and she's going to be a whole new person. And so is Ashley. they are going to blossom and grow. And that will be my legacy. Thank you for being present, for listening to my words. Okay, that was it. She's a pretty cool woman. Pretty cool. Okay, do you guys have anything you want to ask? Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure where she was going with all this, so it was kind of cool. She's a cool lady. I'm gonna research her a little bit, and I know I think I watched her film. The film. I think there's a film that they made of Naomi and her girls when she was young and how they broke into the music business. It actually is a really, really, really good film. It talks about her life, and so it's pretty cool. So, you guys, if you need anything, email me at robinhyatt@yahoo.com. If you want to go to my Etsy store, Visionary Readings 333, I can do readings. I have time now. Things have slowed down a little bit. And so I wish you guys a happy Memorial Day. It's raining here. So we were going to do some camping and fun things tomorrow, but with it raining, it's just been raining ridiculous. So I've been staying home. So you guys have a good one. Be good. No drinking and driving. And if you have any questions, let me know. Peace out, you guys. Have a good one. Love you. And I love you guys. Thanks.